we don't change automatically just because we realize things about ourselves. It takes practice.
We are a society that lives very independently. We're not a society that utilizes one another as much as we possibly could.
Feeling like real strength is I've got to handle this on my own. I'm independent, to trusting maybe someone else.
Welcome to the Enneaways podcast, a podcast about the Enneagram and why we love it. I'm a co-host, Zach, along with my wife, Laura, who is a certified Enneagram coach.
Hello.
And today we're going to talk about a new series, and these are the resource points series, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Each type has 2 different resource points, and that's what makes the triangle looking thing on the Enneagram symbol. So you can pull it up if you want to look and follow along with us. So we are going to start today with the type 8 and their resource points. Starting back at the beginning there. But first I'm going to do our lightning round questions.
All right.
So, Zach, if you could be transported into any TV show, where would you go? Like, to what scene, what restaurant? It kind of broad, so you can take this question wherever you want.
Any TV show, I would probably go with one of my favorites, and I would go with Mad Men. And it sounds weird, but I would just want to see what the 50s were like what it looked like. Did it really smell like cigarettes all the time because all they did was smoke and drink? But I think that it was just a cool vibe, and I loved the clothes and the cars and just the classic feel of that.
Okay, so you're going to Mad Men.
Yeah, but what about you?
I would say this isn't my favorite show. It's it's up there, and I enjoy it a lot. But I just want to go to Luke's Diner.
I knew you were going to say Gilmore Girls. Yes.
Because I just want to have a cup of coffee there and just sit, hear Luke banter with Lorelai and hang out with them. I think we would get along. But Luke's Diner is where I envisioned when I thought of this question. And the winter, the summer, all the seasons.
Yeah.
Just every time I watch that, I'm like, yeah, I'll have a cup of coffee at 6 p.m.
I feel like that show needs to happen. After we're done with Dawson's Creek, we should go back and watch
Gilmore Girls.
Gilmore Girls would be great.
And then we can do that as a fun episode.
Okay.
Since we just celebrated 4th of July, what is your favorite holiday to celebrate?
Halloween.
Oh.
Yeah.
You didn't even have to think about it.
Nope, not at all. I'm already in summer-ween vibe. So here we are.
What does that mean?
It's I saw that it was it was like the top 10 movies if you're into summer-ween, and it's just combining Halloween and summer. It's just bypassing everything else and just already being ready for Halloween.
Wow.
So you better watch out, because I might start getting out the costumes and the decorations and stuff. I haven't even put the summer lights up. But
I know. We need to do that. Okay, well, mine is Christmas, of course. Yes. Actually, Zach and I when we were going to the beach the other day, I was scanning the radio station because I like to do that. I'm married to a radio guy. I got to keep radio alive, but I got to bypass all the boring songs and commercials. Yeah. So I scanned till I find a song I like. We came across a station that was playing Christmas music.
Here comes Santa Claus. Yeah.
And we were like, wait, what? But it made me smile and happy. Christmas, 100%. Always has been my favorite. I think it always will be my favorite.
And it is a good feeling. I would say Christmas is my second favorite because you've got all the decor, but then also the treats
build up.
The build up. Literally the day after Halloween, that's when I switch into Christmas mode. Thanksgiving we take a break for that just that one day.
Little weekend, I'd say.
Yes.
It's the tradition behind it all. We'd love to hear from you guys. What is your favorite holiday? Let us know. Okay, last question. This is kind of a different one.
Okay.
So if you're listening at home, think of your significant other or someone you're close to and try to answer this. If you could choose a different career for me, Zach, than being a nurse, an Enneagram coach, what would it be and why?
Oh, my goodness. Probably choose a ski instructor because we're super into that now. And I would say, I know it's a very seasonal type job, but I bet you could probably find other things to do around the resort when it's not ski season. And I think
I don't think you know me very well.
Really?
I love skiing, but I would not want to teach a bunch of little kids. No.
Well, I never said you had to teach little kids.
I wouldn't want to teach adults either.
Oh, okay. All right.
No, sorry. You got that one wrong. I wouldn't do that. So if you think of one later, let me know.
All right. Well, then what would I do?
Okay, so I had time to think about this because I came up with a question.
Yeah.
And what I did was I thought about what you love, which I know you do with skiing. So Zach always has loved going to see movies. He's into watching all the old movies, all the classics.
Yeah.
So I thought, would you like to be someone who gets to go see the movies like before everyone else when they're first released and almost be like a movie critic? Yeah. I could see you doing it like red carpet style or something where you're talking to a camera and giving your advice.
Yeah. I could do that. I could be a movie critic.
Do you like that?
Yeah. I've always loved Siskel and Ebert and, all that stuff where they go and they see the movie, they give it 2 thumbs up or whatever. I think sometimes with my personality, though, I'll go into a movie and just be like, I just like it for what it is. I enjoy it. Whereas I may not be as critical as others because here I am a 9.
Yeah.
I find it very hard to critique. So I would love to, but it'd be hard for me not to give every movie an A+.
Oh, well, this could be a growth thing for you.
Yeah, it should.
And I guess if I had to be a ski instructor, it could be a growth thing for me to be okay.
Yeah, but now I got to think about that one.
I know. You got to think about me, me, what I would be good at, what would be fulfilling for me. It doesn't necessarily have to be fun.
Oh, okay. So it can't be like a Zumba instructor.
I mean, that would be fun.
Like you're putting together the playlist for everybody that
would be
is dancing and doing the workout.
Can I dance along with them?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. That's you.
Okay. I can do that. I'm already planning the outfits in my head.
Perfect.
Okay. So today we are starting our resource point series, also known as shadow sides or growth points. Stress and growth points also in the traditional Enneagram teachings. That's what they were called. So basically your number, your type goes to a certain number when they're stressed and kind of manifests how that type would. And then in growth or health, they can access the other number. However, how I learned it through the art of growth and just, I feel like newer teachings of the Enneagram, we call it their resource points, both numbers.
Yeah.
So you can access both lines in healthy or unhealthy ways. So it's not just, oh, I'm stressed, I'm going to this number.
Yeah.
It's trying to access the healthy parts of each type, obviously, is the goal.
Right.
But sometimes you show up, portraying the unhealthy parts of those types.
Yeah.
So it's not about becoming another type. Growth for your number is not about becoming another type, but it's about borrowing the wisdom and gifts that those connected types on the Enneagram can give you access to.
I like that. I like that a lot because I feel like for so long it's been like, well, these are my resource points, or before we knew them called that. I would always say in my unhealthy self, I'm this, and in my healthy self, I'm that. But then what kind of a picture does that paint for the number?
Yes.
If I'm hanging out with my resource point and then I'm like, well, when I'm unhealthy, I'm like you.
Yeah, exactly.
It's pointing a finger that doesn't need to be pointed. Whereas now, with the Enneagram and how you totally are learning to grow in your type, these resource points seemingly can help you grow to be the best version of, like, you're a 7 and the best version of me is a 9 that we can be with these other 2 numbers.
Yes. Now, how they came up with these different resource points, why is the 8 connected to the 2 and 5? I don't fully know. It makes sense when you study each type and what their resource points are, what they need. So it makes sense, and that's probably why they did it. But I'll have to tap into my 5 resource point and do a little research And if I figure out how they specifically came up with each resource point for each type, I'll let you guys know.
That is interesting.
What, you didn't know I was connected to the 5?
No, I did not at all. I didn't realize that. See, here I learned something new today.
Yep.
Wow. Yeah. Okay.
So the 5 will help me withdraw and be okay being still. I have not fully accessed that yet. But we're not talking about the 7 today. We're talking about the 8, the challenger.
Yes.
So to remind everybody, the 8's core motivation is to be strong, impactful, not controlled by life or the world around them. Mm-hmm. They're very direct. They're honest. They are go-getters.
Yeah.
They are advocates for other people. Very truthful and honest.
I've always said, like, to have an 8 in your corner, or if you're the 8 in somebody else's corner, that is a really cool gift. And everybody should have an 8.
Yes, we love 8s.
Yeah.
One question I'm going to ask for those 8s listening is to think about this. What if real strength isn't about having all the answers or handling everything alone? What if strength actually grows through curiosity and connection?
Oh, okay.
So that is what our episode's going to be about today. Curiosity and connection for a type 8, because the 8's resource points are 5, which gives them the curiosity and connection, and type 2, which gives them the connection with others.
And that makes sense because both the 5 does the research, 2 is helping, and so that's really cool.
Yeah.
I like that.
So growth doesn't make the 8 less powerful, less strong. Mm-hmm. It helps their strength show up differently, softer, wiser, more effective, more compassionate.
Yeah.
So to kind of alter your view of what being strong is.
Yeah.
It's kind of what I want to get across on this episode. So a myth that maybe some 8s may think, we're going to talk about 2 different myths, is that strong people always have the answers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Could you see people thinking that?
I could totally see that. I could see that the strong, those who are perceived as the strongest, they're the ones who we're going to because they look like they are confident. They've got it together, and that may not be the case.
Yeah.
They may be the one, though, that has a great first idea or who can, I feel like, pivot in a lot of situations. I just think of like people who are in leadership.
Yeah.
Even though I think all of our numbers can be in leadership, I think that oftentimes 8s look like the leaders.
Yes.
Because it can look like they have it all together, but they could also be doing the like you could be faking it till you make it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I think they'd be good at that.
Yeah.
As long as they're leading.
Yep.
You know, it's
and
like,
challenging every situation.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think it's asking yourself, would slowing down, because remember we've talked about 8 is a gut type. They feel things in their body and go.
Yes.
Like they are like, remember Nike, let's do it.
Yeah, just do it.
Just do it.
Totally.
So would slowing down have actually helped you in that situation instead of reacting automatically? So it's almost borrowing type 5, the investigator's resource point, because that is one of the points on the diagram that 8's connected to. That allows you to go into your head center. Remember, we talked about integrating all the centers and borrowing curiosity. So instead of, I've got this, I know the answer, it's trying to ask, well, what am I missing? Am I missing something? Is there something more I need to learn?
Yeah. And that's really interesting because in this leadership class that I took, there was a question asked about a certain type of leader and how they're constantly being very vocal and stuff. And the instructor said, as you grow in your leadership, and I think this can be for everybody, as you grow in your leadership, and especially with 8s, be more curious, ask more questions, tell less and question more.
Oh, yes. Love that.
I think that's exactly what you're talking about with the 5.
Yes.
Or 8 to 5.
Yeah. So the healthy gifts an 8 can adapt from a 5 is pausing before reacting and almost observing.
Yeah.
curiosity before being, oh, nope, I know the answer. I know. Because 5s know the answers
right,
most of the time. But they do their research before they blurt it out.
Okay.
So it's pausing to actually think through it, gathering information. This is a big one for an 8 that I think could be challenging, considering other people's perspectives.
Oh, yeah.
And really, it's about letting wisdom guide their strength.
Okay.
So it's just almost pausing, taking a minute. So what do you think's harder for an 8? Waiting before they act or admitting they don't know?
Probably waiting before they act.
Yeah, I agree. I think an 8 would probably have a harder time waiting than not knowing the answers. So some things to look out for. So we talked about that's using the healthy side of the 5, right? Using it as a positive resource point. But some things to watch out for, like the shadow side of the 5, is if an 8 becomes too isolated or withdraws too much. If they're trying to handle everything alone. So just that isolation and becoming emotionally unavailable. So no, those are the unhealthier aspects that a 5 can sometimes show as. Yeah. But it's just things to be aware of. That's why this stuff is so cool to learn about, because you can see yourself doing these things and almost like flag yourself. Like, wait, I'm doing that. I need to reel it back in, be with more people, etc. So one practical challenge this week for a type 8 is to ask yourself a question before making an important decision.
That is really good.
Which will make you pause.
Yeah. And then if you don't necessarily know the answer to the question that you're seeking, maybe just doing a little bit of research. Yeah. And practicing, because research is not, it's a tool that can be practiced, and it's not necessarily something that is just the act of doing.
Yes. And I love what you said about it takes practice, because I literally was in a podcast for another Enneagram people with other types like me. And it came up like, we don't change automatically just because we realize things about ourselves. It takes practice. Yeah. For me specifically, like here's an example, to slow down and be still and like ask myself, what am I feeling? Yeah. Takes practice. But the more you do things, it's just like exercise. It gets
becomes
easier.
A habit. Yeah.
And so just for an 8, to remember that curiosity can lead to actually even better leadership than their quick judgment. And I feel like what you said, Zach, earlier is so good. And then another myth for a type 8 that we're going to talk about is strong people don't need anyone. Like, I've got this.
Yeah.
So why do you think a type 8 has a hard time asking for help?
I think they have a hard time asking for help because they don't want to look weak. Like, it's about the perception, I think, sometimes. And like, I am the person who is commanding when it comes to the room. I will challenge, anybody who differs in my opinion, I think. So I think that they don't want to look as if they, 1, don't know the answer, or 2, they might be, it might be like they can't do it alone. They can't go it alone.
But I think they think they can.
They think they can. Yeah.
And I think they are such a protector for other people, which is an amazing thing, that maybe they don't know how to let someone else protect them and be there for them.
That makes sense.
And I think it takes someone you really trust for an 8 to open up and really share what's going on in their heart and be vulnerable. And it's also going to the type 2. Yeah. So the 2 is the helper, the connector. It's not just about helping people. It's about connecting with people and caring about people and being compassionate. And so to go from feeling like real strength is I've got to handle this on my own, I'm independent, to trusting maybe someone else.
Yeah.
And borrowing the resource point of the 2 and looking for connection.
Oh, yeah.
I want to point us back to our body type episode, how the 8 can integrate now the heart center.
Yeah.
And the type 2 to not only ask someone to do something for you, for someone to be there for you.
Oh,
emotionally.
Yeah.
Your heart center. Connecting with someone in that way is the challenge. I feel like that an 8 could really try to focus on.
Do you think it's about being vulnerable and opening up and sitting down there and trying to show your most authentic self, so then that way, hey, you know what? I'm the 8. I'm challenger, but today I'm just feeling really sad.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
And I think, you know, we've heard this before, like being strong actually is being vulnerable. But I truly believe that.
Yeah.
When you open up and really show what's going on, it does not mean you're weak.
No.
So I think it's looking at like, what is your definition of being weak? You know, and like thinking about that for a little bit, because you don't have to handle everything alone. You can lean on your people and they want to be there for you. So some of the healthy gifts of the 2 you could adapt is leading with warmth and generosity with others, letting others see that vulnerable side of you, which we just talked about, receive help instead of always being the one to like, I just see my mom as like the person who's like, oh, I'll do this for you. I'll do this for you, which is great. Like she sees the needs and she does it almost before you even realize it was a need. Yeah. And that's amazing. But to be able to let other people help you is, I think, something like a 2 obviously has to work on that as well.
Right.
And we've talked about that. But their healthy side is allowing people to help them.
Okay.
Remember that softness can strengthen your courage.
Yeah.
And actually make you look stronger when you share.
Yeah, it does. And it makes other people that you're close to want to be kind of close with you as well.
Yeah. And I think a good question to think about is, why is receiving help for some types, an 8, I would think too, often harder than offering help?
I think that, and this may just be our culture too, but I think that we don't like asking, nobody likes asking people for help, because it does seem like you're a weaker type. And I would say that we are a society that lives very independently. We're not a society that utilizes one another as much as we possibly could. So we're all in our own lane, focused on our own task, and the task we think has to be done with just us. But if you think about it, and you think about most organizations, whether they be a business or a church or school or wherever, hospital, it's when everybody is working together and knowing who needs help that it is the most effective. It thrives. And people are happy there, and there's a level of, like, I know it sounds so cliche, but like there's that level of teamwork that you're focused on. Like it is for the good of everybody here, including those that we're serving, to make sure that we are all working together.
Yeah. Okay. So some of the things to watch out for the type 2 that could be, you know,
the shadow side
would be overextending for others, you know, giving too much, burning yourself out, not taking care of yourself, expecting appreciation for things you do for others. Yeah. You know, like wanting that feedback right away. Thank you. You're so great. Yeah. And then struggling to express their own personal needs. So those are kind of the things you don't want to tap too far into and kind of get there. But one practical challenge this week for type 8 that could kind of lean on the 2 is letting someone do something kind for you without immediately wanting to repay them.
Oh, yeah.
And just like, okay.
That's a good point. Thank you. Yeah.
And not feeling like, well, I got to do something back, or...
No. We call it not blocking a blessing.
Yeah, like, exactly.
Really leaning just into it.
Appreciate it and just leave it there.
Just say thank you.
Yeah, exactly. So 2s can remind 8s that true strength isn't just protecting others. It's allowing yourself to be known and cared for too.
Okay.
Yes. So you don't have to just be the protector.
Right.
You can also allow yourself to be cared for too.
Yeah.
Just like we tell the twos this. So let's do a quick little game.
Okay.
It's raw strength versus mature strength for an 8. So I'm going to ask some questions. This is really too for the 8s listening to think about which of these things would be the biggest stretch for you to do. So, Zach, do you think winning every argument or listening first? Which one is the mature strength?
I think listening first.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a softball.
I know, right? They're all pretty easy.
Okay.
Protecting everyone or letting someone protect you?
I think letting someone protect you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Still.
Tapping into that too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But I still want 8s to protect me.
Oh, 100%.
Please do.
Yeah. But I think letting other people protect you kind of teaches you how you can be better a protector for other people.
Totally.
Yeah.
Okay, having all the answers or saying I don't know?
Saying I don't know. I mean, that shows a lot of maturity.
Yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm. It does.
So,
okay, handling it alone or asking for help?
always asking for help. Yeah.
And then being decisive or being curious?
Say being curious.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I feel like you could mix, those two together. Like
the decisive and curious?
I mean, an 8's not going to not be decisive.
No.
But I think they could grow by pausing before that decisiveness. So again, think about those, see which one is the most challenging for you, and maybe just sit on it this week. So as a final wrap up, just remember, type 8s, we love your strength and the way you show up in the world. But remember, you don't have to be as strong as you maybe put on yourself, and maybe redefine the definition of strong by tapping into that type 5 where you can lean into the curiosity and your strength becomes wiser.
Yeah.
And then tapping into the 2 where your strength becomes more vulnerable and you connect with other people, and that makes your strength even deeper.
Yeah.
So your strength can be wiser and deeper, and it helps you become more whole, more balanced, open up your heart and go into your head center. To my type 8, the challengers, can you choose curiosity over judgment or choose vulnerability over control?
Ooh.
So I would love to hear if this comes up for you.
Yeah.
Please let me know, feelingtypey@gmail.com. And one closing quote I want to end with is, healthy 8s don't become less powerful. They become more whole. They keep their strength and courage, but they learn that curiosity, compassion, and vulnerability make them even stronger. So you can sit with that a little bit.
You can go to feelingtypey.com. That's your website. Also contacting you, feelingtypey@gmail.com, or just slip into our DM on Instagram. We're at the Anyways podcast, which we'll post, some clips every so often from episodes, stuff that we liked, or, to kind of give you a taste from that. But always, if you write us on that, we'll get right back with you.
Yes. So with that, shine your light, friends. Until next time.